Have you ever walked into a new space? Maybe it's a tiny studio apartment or that new office cubicle you're trying to figure out, or maybe, like for so many people starting out, a dorm room, first time.
Oh, yeah.
And you just get that immediate, like, sinking feeling, that sense of stepping into this, I don't know, blank, beige cinder block box sometimes.
And maybe it's got that, furniture you'd never pick yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And your mind just goes straight to how? How is anything going to fit in here?
Right.
How am I supposed to live, let alone feel good, in this tiny space?
Mm-hmm.
And you're picturing that cardboard mountain piling up in the middle of the room. The boxes and bags just teetering there.
Oh, I know that image well. Like a monument to online shopping.
Totally. And it feels like it's just crushing your spirit before you even start, while those like stark walls are just staring back at you.
Yeah, it's like a spatial puzzle, but the really, really hard level you can't seem to beat.
Right. Initially, anyway.
Yeah. And it's so much more than just the physical size of the room, isn't it? That panic, that feeling you mentioned. It often comes from a mental hurdle. It almost feels designed to make you feel overwhelmed.
How so?
Well, think about it. You're not just looking at four walls. You're getting hit with this wave of information overload. Endless lists online of dorm essentials, right?
Oh, yeah, the lists are killer.
Countless articles on small space hacks, advice from everyone telling you what you need.
Well-meaning, but...
Exactly. But that flood of info often just makes the problem worse. It leads to this panic buying. You just grab stuff, random stuff.
Trying to feel prepared, I guess.
Right. Almost this primal urge to acquire things. But often it's redundant stuff, unnecessary things. And you end up feeling kind of defeated before you even unpack. Just crushed under your own boxes.
Yeah.
And that's why having a clear strategy, almost like a plan of attack, isn't just helpful. It's vital for your sanity in your space.
And that, folks, is exactly what we're diving into today. We're not just going to give you a few tips. We're aiming to master the art of living well, living organized in those small spaces, turning them from, chaotic boxes into places that actually work, maybe even feel good.
Mm-hmm. Functional sanctuaries.
Yeah. And our deep dive today, it's pulling some really brilliant practical ideas from this great source called Dorm Room Survival, A Quest for Space and Soul. Now, okay, the main focus is the college dorm, that classic tiny living space, right?
The ultimate test case sometimes.
But I promise you, the ideas, the principles we're going to unpack, they apply everywhere. If you're dealing with a tiny apartment right now or trying to make a cramped home office work, heck, even just trying to tame that one closet that explodes every time you open it.
Huh. We all have one of those.
You're going to find some real game changers here. Stuff that can genuinely shift how you think about space.
For sure. And this isn't just going to be like a checklist of things to buy,
Yeah.
or just some surface level decluttering tricks.
Right. More than that.
Yeah. This deep dive is really about pushing for a fundamental shift in your mindset. It's about challenging you to stop just passively accumulating more stuff.
Guilty.
And instead, start thinking strategically. How do you equip yourself? How do you transform your space? The goal here is to take that living area from just being a generic box holding your things into a powerful personal base of operations. That's the key phrase from the source.
Ooh, I like that. Base of operations.
Exactly. So we're going to unpack this really unique, kind of story-driven way to approach decluttering and organizing. And then, crucially, we'll get into some surprising, almost counterintuitive laws for making even the tiniest kingdom feel, bigger, more efficient, more functional.
Nice. Laws for tiny kingdoms.
You might be surprised, actually, at how much control you can get over those limitations that seem totally fixed.
And, as we were prepping for this, there were definitely some moments, some insights that kind of jumped out.
Yeah.
Where you go, aha, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, those aha moments are great.
It's not just dry advice. The source material delivers it with this, engaging story. It makes the ideas really stick. You don't just learn what to do, but the why behind it.
And that's crucial.
Yeah.
Understanding the why.
Yeah. How these little shifts can really change your day-to-day, your focus, just your overall feeling of calm in a tight spot. So get ready to maybe shift your own perspective on small space living.
Okay, let's dive in. Let's unpack this scene. Our source, Dorm Room Survival, paints this picture so vividly. Imagine Alex, our main character here, standing in the doorway. Supposed to be this exciting start, right? College adventure.
The beginning of everything.
Instead, it's just a beige cinder block box. Small, like really, really small.
The classic dorm aesthetic.
Totally. Basic bed, small desk, a wardrobe, all made of that, indestructible personality-free wood.
Oh, yeah. Built to withstand anything except maybe taste.
Exactly. Crammed against the walls, leaving this tiny little patch of linoleum floor, and then bam, the cardboard mountain.
There it is. It's not just a few boxes. It's, like the source says, a literal teetering ziggurat of delivery boxes, bulging bags, plastic wrap.
The evidence of that pre-college shopping frenzy.
Precisely. A frantic, week-long spree, everything shipped right to the dorm, all culminating in this single huge monument to over-preparation. You can almost see the new microwave balanced on a 24-pack of ramen.
The survival kit.
Right. And maybe a fluffy comforter pattern name, Bohemian Sunset, probably getting slowly squashed by a box of textbooks.
A perfect metaphor.
Yeah.
Hope crushed by reality.
Yeah. Alex's mom, bless her heart, called it getting everything you could possibly need.
Of course she did.
But Alex described it much more accurately as, quote, a panic attack in physical form, just standing there.
And that feeling, gosh, it's so relatable, isn't it? That sense of just drowning in stuff before you even start.
Totally.
It perfectly shows why that initial panic sets in. Is that classic shopper's mindset in action.
Shopper's mindset, explain that.
Well, it's like you're acquiring random loot.
Yeah?
Often based on those generic lists or what you think you need, but without really understanding the battlefield, which in this case is the room itself with its own fixed limits.
Right. You haven't lived in it yet.
Exactly. We're just constantly bombarded ads, social media, well-meaning advice, showing us what we must have. It connects to this bigger thing, consumerism, information overload, where the sheer quantity of things you could buy totally overshadows what you actually need. The utility.
So you buy the checklist item, not the useful item.
Precisely. You buy it because it's on a list, not because you've thought, okay, where will this live? What specific problem does it solve for me in this room?
And that leads to
decision fatigue. Before you've even unpacked box one, you're facing this mountain of choices and literally nowhere for them to go.
Ugh. So Alex, feeling totally defeated, just slumps onto the bare mattress, right? Pulls out the phone, calls big sister Chloe. She's a junior, already knows the ropes.
The seasoned guide.
Yeah, the quest giver, as the source calls her. Chloe takes one look at Alex on video chat and just nails it immediately. Ah, she says. The face of someone currently staring at the cardboard mountain.
She knows.
And her diagnosis, spot on. Rookie mistake. #1, she calls it. You're thinking about stuff. You need to stop thinking like a shopper grabbing items and start thinking like, and I love this, like a questing adventurer equipping a base.
That is such a powerful reframe, isn't it? Instantly changes everything.
Right. The whole lens shifts.
Absolutely. That core idea Chloe throws out. Your dorm room isn't a storage unit. It's your base of operations that fundamentally changes how you make decisions.
How so, practically speaking?
Well, think about the metaphor's power. A storage unit is passive,
Yeah.
right? Things just sit there, forgotten.
Yeah, gathering dust.
But a base of operations, that's active, dynamic. It's where you strategize, recover, plan your next moves. You make sure you have exactly what you need for the mission ahead.
Okay, I see. Function first.
Exactly. It forces a functional approach, not just an acquisitive one. It's empowering. When you see your space as a base, every single item has to serve the mission. It has to contribute to your effectiveness, your well-being.
So it simplifies things.
Totally. It cuts down the mental load. The question isn't just, do I like this? It's, does this serve a critical function for my mission here? Big difference.
So Chloe, our awesome quest giver, she doesn't just point out the problem. She gives Alex the map.
Provides the solutions,
But
thank goodness.
She lays out this really elegant framework. She says, okay, you only need 3 categories of gear. Forget everything else for now. Just focus on these 3.
Simplifying the chaos. Love it.
And this really is the key, I think, to tackling that overwhelming feeling when you're setting up any small space. These categories.
Let's hear them.
Okay, first up, core gear, the non-negotiable survival kit. Chloe calls this your armor and health potions.
Nice. Essential RPG gear.
Exactly. The absolute basics. The stuff you literally cannot function without, even for a week. Things that meet your most fundamental needs. The source gives specifics. Good bedding.
Crucial.
Specifically, a great mattress topper because, and this is so true, those dorm beds are made of stone.
Pretty. They really are.
Plus comfortable towels, a shower caddy, gotta have that, with flip-flops for shared bathrooms and your essential toiletries. That's the foundation.
And the why behind that core gear, it's about more than just, being comfortable. It's about setting up your your physiological and psychological base camp for functioning well in a new, probably stressful place.
Right. Makes sense.
Let's talk about that mattress topper again. The source calls it a commandment, not just a suggestion.
A commandment. Strong word.
And rightly so. Why is it so critical? For happiness, grades, everything. Because good sleep, restorative sleep, is the bedrock, especially when you're navigating all the new stuff, new classes, new people, just living on your own.
You need your brain working.
Exactly. Your brain is working overtime. Processing info, adapting, managing. Sleep is when you consolidate memories, regulate stress hormones, recharge your immune system. Trying to do all that on a rock-hard bed, it's like running a marathon with a flat tire.
Setting yourself up to fail.
Pretty much. You're heading for burnout, fuzzy thinking, less resilience. So that topper, it's an investment in your focus, your mood, your health. It's not fluff.
And the other stuff, towels, toiletries.
Same idea, really. They reduce daily friction. Shower caddy ready. That's one less tiny decision, one less microstressor each day. And those little things add up, freeing up brain space for the big stuff.
Okay, got it. Core gear. Essential for function and well-being. What's next? Second category, utility belt. The clever problem-solving gear. This is my favorite, I think. This is where you really outsmart the room.
The MacGyver category.
Totally. Think of it as your magic wand or your secret grappling hooks. These are the items that don't just take up space, they actually create it, or solve common problems, or add function in smart ways.
Right. Not just more stuff, but smarter stuff.
Exactly. The source gives some genius examples, like a long corded power strip with USB ports, total magic wand these days.
Indispensable. Never enough outlets.
And command hooks. Chloe says you'll use them for everything, and she is so right.
Amen to command hooks.
And bed risers, which she calls a secret spell that creates a whole new storage dimension under the bed, like conjuring space.
That's where the real strategic thinking comes in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Utility gear isn't just stuff you use. It actively transforms the space. It generates or optimizes space you didn't even know you had.
Like the command hooks.
Yeah. Think about it. How do they free up vertical space?
Yeah.
And get around those no-nails rules?
Right. Crucial in rentals or dorms.
They let you use walls, doors.
Yeah.
Turning them from just flat surfaces into actual storage. Not just for jackets, but towels, headphones, maybe light pictures.
Untangling cords.
Exactly. And bed risers, a total spatial revolution. They basically double your underbed storage, often the biggest unused area, without adding any furniture.
Yeah.
Or hacking the existing stuff. And the long power strip solves that universal problem. Not enough outlets, and they're always in the wrong place. These aren't just gadgets, they're tools for problem solving, making the room work smarter, turning obstacles into opportunities.
Okay, utility belt is awesome. What's the third category? The third one, and I think this is just brilliant, often gets missed. Soul gear. The gear that restores your spirit.
Yes. Important.
Chloe says this gear has no practical purpose other than to remind you who you are. It's about consciously bringing pieces of you, your comfort, your inner world, into what can be a pretty impersonal space.
Making it feel like yours.
Exactly. The source gives these great examples. A couple of cherished photos, friends, family, pets, that one worn-out hoodie you love. You know the one.
Oh, yeah. Everyone have that hoodie.
Your favorite mug, the one that just feels right. Maybe a small plant, something green and alive.
A little bit of nature. Nice touch.
And this great piece of advice, don't bring your entire library or your whole childhood collection of whatever. Just bring the one book you reread for comfort or one or two really key things that represent you.
The psychological weight of soul gear is huge, especially when you're moving into somewhere new, maybe stressful, unfamiliar. These things, they're anchors.
Anchors to what?
To your identity, your history, your comfort zones. They literally humanize the space, inject personality, warmth, and just a few key items instead of like boxes of sentimental stuff.
Yeah, why is that?
Because it's quality over quantity for your emotional state.
Yeah.
A few really meaningful things resonate deeply. They spark joy, good memories. They create that feeling of home, even if it's temporary.
And too much stuff.
Too much clutter, even if it's sentimental, can actually add to stress, make you feel overwhelmed by your own past. Soul gear is about creating what psych folks call a sense of place, making it feel like your space, your sanctuary where you can actually relax and recharge.
That's critical for coping, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's about psychological safety, your personal wellspring of comfort.
And seeing this all laid out, core, utility, soul, the source, says Alex's whole perspective just flipped. That insurmountable pile of junk.
The cardboard mountain.
Yeah. It suddenly wasn't just junk. It was a collection of items that could be sorted, organized, and most importantly, used strategically.
The mission could begin.
The quest had officially begun.
And that shift in perspective Alex had, that's key. It just shows the power of having a framework, categories, when you're facing something overwhelming.
Breaks it down.
Exactly. That initial sorting, using Chloe's categories, it's not just tidying. It's the first step towards feeling like you have some control, some agency, in a situation that felt totally chaotic. It turns impossible into manageable. A huge shift from overwhelmed to empowered.
Okay, so Alex has done the sorting, gathered the right gear, using Chloe's framework. Core, utility, soul, check. But now comes the next big challenge. The source calls it the Tetris game.
Ah, yes. Making it all fit.
Exactly. The tricky art of getting all that carefully chosen gear to actually work together efficiently in that tiny room.
Right, because gathering the gear, that's only half the battle. Maybe less than half.
Yeah.
The other, arguably more critical part, is the strategic placement. Maximizing every single square inch you've got. And this is where we get into what the source calls the laws of your kingdom.
Ooh, laws of the kingdom. Sounds official.
They kind of are. They're not just quick tips. They're like fundamental principles for keeping things organized and flowing smoothly long term. In any small space, really. Dorm, apartment, office.
It's about moving from just having the stuff to knowing how to use it smartly.
Precisely. Leveraging spatial intelligence. Building an environment that works.
Okay, lay down the law. What's a law? #1. Law. #1. The law of verticality. Chloe puts it simply, but it's profound. The walls are not walls. They are opportunities.
Love that. Rethink the walls.
Yeah. The source says in a tiny room, just thinking about floor space, it's a lost cause. You got to look up. Expand your boundaries vertically.
And this law is honestly probably the single biggest way to add storage and function when space is tight. Why? Because floor space is finite. You put in a bed, a desk, a wardrobe, boom, it's gone.
80% gone, yeah.
But vertical space,
Yeah.
often totally ignored.
Yeah.
Think about building upwards, mentally mapping out how every vertical surface, back of the door, inside the wardrobe, even that weird space above the desk, can become useful storage.
So how did Alex use this?
Oh, totally embraced it. Remember that over-the-door shoe organizer? Prime utility gear?
Yeah.
Alex repurposed it. Instead of shoes, filled the clear pockets with snacks, charging cables, school supplies.
Genius.
Right?
Okay.
It became like an entire pantry and office supply closet that took up zero floor space. And there's command hooks everywhere, holding jackets, towels, headphones, light art, freeing up desk space, drawer space.
Getting stuff off surfaces.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And remember the slender, stackable drawers Alex tucked inside the wardrobe. That wasn't just adding drawers. It instantly doubled the shelf space within an existing structure. This law forces you to see walls not as limits, but as potential. Shelves, hooks, pockets. The kingdom, as the source says, was literally getting taller.
Okay, law of verticality. Go up. What's law #2?
Law #2. The law of designated homes. This is Chloe's golden rule.
Yeah.
And it's one we should all probably, tattoo on our brains. An item without a home is not an item. It is clutter.
Oof. Simple, but powerful.
Isn't it? It's not just a cute phrase. It's a behavioral strategy. Stop the chaos before it starts.
And the psychology behind this is huge. It's all about reducing cognitive load, reducing decision fatigue.
How so?
Well, when every single thing has a specific known place, you don't waste mental energy deciding where to put it every single time or searching for it later.
Where did I put my keys?
Exactly, that frantic search. And it stops mess from piling up because putting things away becomes automatic. A reflex, not a big chore. Think about when you're tired, you just want to drop something.
Yeah, nearest flat surface. Right. And if there's no home, it stays there, adding to the visual noise, the mental chaos.
So how did Alex apply this?
Use drawer dividers. Organize the desk drawer into clear zones. Pens here, electronics there, personal stuff over here.
Simple but effective.
Totally. Labeled bins slid under the bed, thanks to the risers, creating a hidden dedicated home for extra bedding, seasonal clothes, and the desk itself became the command center.
Not a dumping ground.
Exactly. Reserve space for the laptop, notebook, lamp. That's it. The rule was ironclad. If you use it, you put it back in its home immediately.
Discipline.
It's about maintaining order, not just creating it once, preventing the cardboard mountain from ever coming back. It builds a habit that saves so much mental energy down the line.
Okay, designated homes. Everything gets a spot. Makes sense. Law #3. Law #3. Chloe calls this the advanced level of dorm room sorcery.
Ooh, advanced sorcery. I'm intrigued.
This really separates a strategically organized space from just a neat one. Law #3. The law of dual wielding.
Dual wielding, like in video games.
Kinda. The principle is Never use an item that can only do one thing when you can find one that does two, or even three.
Multitasking items. Maximize efficiency.
Exactly. Every square inch has to pull its weight.
This law is all about efficiency, yeah, but also ingenuity. Getting the absolute most function out of every single thing you allow into your limited space. It forces you to think really creatively about everyday objects.
Why have two things when one can do both jobs?
Precisely. Each item pulls double duty. Makes the room super efficient, clever, really under control. It's not just saving physical space, it's making every item earn its keep by giving multiple benefits.
So what did Alex dual wield?
Okay, example. That small ottoman Alex got. Looked like just an extra seat for a friend, right?
Yeah, simple footstool maybe?
But nope, the lid came off. Inside, perfect hidden storage for extra blankets or sweaters.
Yeah.
It's a chair and a chest. Boom, two functions.
Nice. What else?
The desk lamp. Seemed basic, but it had USB ports built into the base.
Ah, light source and charging station.
Exactly. And the full-length mirror essential, right? Hung on the back of the door with command hooks, following law, #1.
Verticality.
Right. But this mirror also had little pegs on the side. Perfect for hanging necklaces, scarves, maybe keys. So it's a mirror, a decorative piece, and an organizer.
Okay, that's clever.
This law challenges you to really scrutinize anything you bring in. Does it have hidden potential? Can it do more? It's a powerful idea for any small space, pushing you towards multi-purpose design.
One quick thought, though. Does dual wielding ever get awkward?
Good point. It works best when both functions are easy to use and don't mess each other up. Like you don't want a lamp that falls over every time you plug in your phone.
Right. Needs smart design.
Exactly. Integrated, not just tacked on.
So with these laws in place, verticality, designated homes, dual wielding the room started to change. The source says that beige box, which felt like an enemy at first, it stopped being something to conquer. It became a puzzle. And Alex, using Chloe's wisdom and these laws, wasn't just solving it, but mastering it.
Taking control.
Yeah. It was becoming a kingdom. Small, sure, but efficient, clever, and definitely under control. Okay, so the room. Organized. Functional. Every piece of core gear, utility gear, it all had its place, working together. Awesome.
Mission accomplished.
Almost.
Yeah.
Alex is sitting there, bed made, nice lamplight, but something still felt a little off.
It was missing.
It was a perfect base of operations, yeah, but it didn't quite feel like home. It lacked soul. And that's when Alex remembered Chloe's third category, the one we said is often underestimated, soul gear.
Right, the stuff that makes it yours.
Exactly. This is where a space goes beyond just being useful and becomes a sanctuary.
And this is such a critical point, often gets glossed over when we talk about small space hacks and efficiency. Function is key, yes, but the psychological comfort, that feeling of well-being, arguably even more important.
You need to feel good there.
Exactly. Soul gear is what turns that super organized command center into a personal sanctuary. It injects personality, history, warmth into what can feel sterile or impersonal. It makes it feel like an extension of you.
That human touch.
Absolutely vital. For mental health, feeling like you belong, cutting down stress in a new place. Without it, even the most organized room is just a box. It doesn't really nurture you. It's where, environmental psychology meets just feeling good.
So Alex realized this and knew what to do. Pulled out those warm fairy lights.
Instant ambiance changer.
Totally. Draped them around the window, along the bed frame, immediately softened that harsh overhead fluorescent light, made it feel cozy.
Nice.
Then a small, hardy, succulent plant found a spot on the windowsill.
A little bit of life, yeah.
A living thing in the cinder block jungle. And a corkboard went up, law of verticality, right?
Using those walls.
And Alex pinned up a goofy photo with friends from high school, a picture of the family dog, maybe a concert ticket stub with a good memory attached.
Personal anchors. Love it.
And finally, that worn-out navy hoodie, the ultimate comfort item, got hung on a command hook near the bed, and the favorite mug, placed on the desk, ready for tea.
Not just decorations.
Yeah.
Reminders. Comforts.
Exactly. They were anchors to identity, to joy.
And think about the combined effect of those small, intentional touches, how they change the whole vibe. That sterile beige box. Suddenly, it's a cozy den, a personal retreat.
Feels different.
Completely. These aren't just cosmetic. They're expressions of self, tangible memories, comforts. They fight that anonymous feeling you can get in dorms or standard apartments. Personalization, even tiny bits of it, isn't fluff. It's fundamental for feeling comfortable, safe, genuinely yourself, which in turn helps you function better.
So the kingdom now had a soul. And then the final piece, Chloe's ultimate gift, like the culmination of all her wisdom.
Final quest item.
Basically, a link to a shared document. Title: The Unofficial What I Wish I Knew Scroll of Wisdom.
Haha, love that name.
Isn't it great? Alex's ultimate practical guide. Like a living document packed with hard-won secrets from someone who'd already been through it all, saving future adventurers from common mistakes.
Oh, that kind of shared wisdom is gold. Pure gold, especially for navigating any new living situation, dorm, first apartment, whatever. These points from Chloe's scroll, they're crucial because they tackle those common problems, those unspoken challenges that always pop up.
Stuff you only learn the hard way, usually.
Exactly. They're concise, practical, designed to stop frustration before it starts, cut down that learning curve. They're like the practical commandments of efficient living.
Okay, let's go through some highlights from the Scroll of Wisdom. First one, huge. Coordinate with your roommate.
Oh boy. Yes. Crucial first step.
The scroll says very directly, you do not need 2 microwaves, 2 mini fridges, and 2 giant area rugs. Talk beforehand. Divide and conquer.
This isn't just about saving space and money, though it does that. It's like the first test of adulting, right? A foundational lesson in living with someone else.
Throws you right into it.
Totally. It forces communication, compromise, figuring out resources together, how you handle that first chat about who brings the fridge. It sets the whole tone for the year. Avoids duplicate stuff, avoids future fights, makes the small space actually work for both of you.
Smart. Establish teamwork early. Okay, number 2 on the scroll. We hit this hard, but it bears repeating. A mattress topper is not a suggestion. It is a commandment.
Cannot stress this enough. It really is a commandment.
And the scroll says, this will have a bigger impact on your happiness, your academic performance, and your overall well-being than almost any other single item you bring.
100% agree. We talked about why sleep is so foundational, especially in a new, demanding environment. College, first job, big move.
Stressful times.
Yeah. Quality sleep fuels everything. Concentration, mood, resilience, immune system, just your basic health. A comfy, supportive sleep surface directly impacts that. Investing in a good topper isn't a luxury purchase. It's fundamental. It's investing in your brain, your body, your ability to cope and thrive. Ultimate core gear.
Got it. Commandment accepted. Next bit of wisdom. This one fights that panic buying. You can always buy it later.
Ah, the voice of reason.
Right. The scroll says, don't bring a printer, a TV, or enough shampoo for 3 months just because you think you might need it. There are stores in your campus or in your new neighborhood. Wait. See what you actually need once you're settled and know your routine.
This is just pure wisdom. Delays gratification meets practical assessment. It cuts moving day stress, less stuff to haul, and stops you bringing things that just sit there unused.
Or things you find out you don't need, like the printer.
Exactly. Maybe the library printing is great. Maybe the communal TV lounge is fine. It lets you make informed choices once you know the reality of your situation. It directly fights that panic attack in physical form by prioritizing actual utility over hypothetical need. Wait till you know you need it. Saves money too.
Okay, wise words. Next up, a personal favorite. Command hooks are your religion now.
Haha. Join the congregation.
The scroll advises, buy the variety pack. Buy them in bulk. Use them for everything. Towels, keys, hats, art, jackets, cords, bags.
Anything that can be hung.
They leave no trace. They defy the no-nails rule.
They really are revolutionary for small spaces, especially rentals and dorms. They solve that no-holes problem perfectly. And like we said with Law #1 verticality, they let you use all that wall and door space.
Key for Law #2 as well, designated homes.
Absolutely. They create specific spots for things that would otherwise clutter surfaces. They turn flat walls into 3D storage. Total game changer. Foundational for vertical organization.
Okay, command hook faith established. Next, something simple but vital. Bring an actual laundry hamper bag.
Oh, the practical stuff matters.
Yeah. The scroll says, not a garbage bag that rips halfway down the stairs, not a flimsy mesh thing. Get something sturdy you can actually haul down 3 flights at midnight without disaster.
This seems minor, but it's about anticipating real life. Those little annoyances add up. Imagine it.
Yep.
Late night, exhausted, laundry bag splits, clothes everywhere.
Been there. Not fun.
Right. A flimsy bag, or just trying to carry an armful, adds stress to a chore that's already annoying. A good, sturdy, easy-to-carry hamper makes a huge difference to your daily flow. Turns a pain point into just a task, optimizing the little things.
So true. Okay, another crucial utility. Embrace the power strip.
The unsung hero of modern life.
The scroll warns, kind of knowingly, You will have one outlet, and it will be in the worst possible spot, probably behind the heaviest furniture.
It's uncanny how often that's true.
A power strip with a 6-foot, maybe even a 10-foot cord, not a luxury. It's your best friend.
Connects right back to that utility belt idea, doesn't it? It's about overcoming the built-in limitations of the space. In our world, everything needs charging: laptops, phones, tablets, watches, lamps.
Everything.
One badly placed outlet is a bottleneck. A long power strip brings the power to where you actually live and work, turns that one outlet into a hub, cuts cord clutter on your desk, ends the hunt for a free plug. It's like a mini infrastructure upgrade for your room.
Absolutely essential. Okay, this next one is really thoughtful, the kind you only appreciate when you need it. Don't forget the sick day kit.
Ooh, smart. Very smart.
The scroll suggests a small box with basic cold meds, bandages, pain relievers, a thermometer, and then adds, when you get sick for the first time away from home feeling awful, you will feel like a genius for having this ready.
That's all about self-sufficiency
Yeah.
and peace of mind. Getting sick away from home, away from your usual support system, it can feel really isolating and miserable.
Totally.
Having basic remedies right there means you don't have to drag yourself to a pharmacy or bother roommates when you feel terrible. It's basic self-care, being prepared for common stuff. It gives you security, knowing you can handle minor things yourself. Reduces anxiety when you're feeling vulnerable.
Really good advice. Okay, finally, revisiting a core idea, linking back to soul gear. Leave the sentimental clutter at home.
The refinement of soul gear.
Yeah, the scroll clarifies you don't need your entire concert ticket collection, every drawing from kindergarten, every childhood stuffed animal.
Oof. Hard truths for some.
Pick one or two key pieces of soul gear things that really resonate, uplift you, and leave the bulkier, less impactful, sentimental stuff behind. Store it elsewhere.
This really nails that distinction again. Meaningful soul gear, intentional pieces that actively make you feel good versus just general sentimental clutter. Memories are vital, yes, but drowning in physical mementos can overwhelm a small space without adding proportional daily joy.
Sometimes it just adds stress.
It can. Too much visual clutter, even if it's meaningful, can create anxiety. This advice is about intentionality. Choose a few things that actively provide comfort, rather than burdening yourself with stuff that just takes up space, collects dust, adds mental weight. It's curating your environment to support you now.
Wow, that scroll is packed with gold.
Seriously practical wisdom.
So the source wraps this part up describing Alex's feeling, that sense of, absolute accomplishment, readiness. Anyone who's wrestled a small space into shape knows this feeling.
Victory?
The room was quiet, lit by the warm glow of the string lights. The quest was complete. The kingdom was secure. And then, this line, the real adventure was about to begin, and for the first time, Alex felt completely and utterly ready.
That transformation Alex went through, from overwhelmed, defeated, to completely and utterly, that's such a powerful metaphor for all of us, really.
How so?
It shows that feeling in control of your physical space, no matter how small or challenging it seems at first, it has this ripple effect on your mental clarity, your sense of agency, your readiness for whatever life throws at you next.
Like clearing the decks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When your environment is organized, intentional, functional, it frees up so much mental energy, allows you to focus on what really matters: your studies, work, relationships, growth. It doesn't just empower you, it kind of liberates you to fully show up for your life.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, let's just quickly look back at that journey. From the overwhelming cardboard mountain symbol of chaos, right?
Total overwhelm.
To this functional, even soulful, tiny kingdom. This wasn't just like a list of hacks. It was a whole framework, a story for tackling small spaces.
Absolutely. We started by understanding those three key gear types. Core gear for basic survival, the utility belt for smart problem solving and making space, and that crucial soul gear for feeling human, feeling at home.
Right. The three pillars.
Then we dug into those three laws of the tiny kingdom: verticality, using your walls; designated homes, a place for everything; and dual wielding, making items multitask.
The advanced sorcery.
Yeah. And finally, we pulled out that practical, hard-won wisdom from Chloe's scroll, tackling common problems, boosting self-sufficiency. And these ideas, not just for dorms, they're universal principles for anyone wanting to live more intentionally, more efficiently, more comfortably in any space, whatever its current state.
So the big question then, what does all this mean for you listening right now? I want you to think about a small area in your own life, maybe one that feels a bit chaotic currently.
Could be your desk, that closet, even just one corner of a room that always seems to attract stuff.
Yeah, that dumping ground corner, we all have one.
Okay, so here's a challenge. Your mini quest, if you will. What if you tried applying just one of these ideas to that specific area?
Just one?
Just one to start. Like,
Yeah.
what if you looked at the wall above your desk, not as just a wall, but as an opportunity for vertical storage? Maybe stick up a couple of command hooks or a small shelf.
Okay.
Or maybe you could pick out just one piece of true soul gear, that mug you love, a single photo that makes you smile, and put it right there in your workspace. Make it feel a bit more yours and anchor.
Or find a home for that one thing that's always homeless.
Exactly. Identify one item that's always floating around and give it a designated home. Right now, see if making even one of these small shifts changes how that space feels. Does it impact your sense of control, your clarity, your well-being? Sometimes the smallest tweak creates the biggest ripple.
That's your quest for today. Go forth and conquer your own tiny kingdoms, one intentional step at a time. We'd love to imagine you transforming those spaces. Until next time, keep diving deep.